Very good morning. In this session, trainees will learn about cybercrime. What is cybercrime? Anything where computer or the object of crime is maybe computer, or it may be used as a tool to commit an offense. Criminal can also use computers for communication and documentation or data storage. Criminals who perform these illegal activities are often referred to as hackers. So, if you compare traditional crimes with cyber crime, so in traditional crimes, the crimes may be theft, illegal trespassing, receiving stolen computer or other electronic media, personaling for fraud, and the section which will be imposed under IPC 379 in theft 379 or 380. But similarly, if you compare theft with cyber crime, so it may be called as illegal access, data theft or hacking, and it will be covered under section 43, 66, 66C of IT Act. In case of illegal trespassing, under IPC 447 it will be covered, but for illegal access, section will be 43, 66 of IT Act. Receiving stolen computer, receiving stolen computer or other electronic media, mobile phone, etc. in IPC section 411. But while if we talk about IT Act, then section 66B will cover it. For personating for fraud, 419 and 420 of IPC will be covered, but in cyber cases 66D of IT Act it will be covered. Transmitting, publishing obscene material, photos or videos, etc. section 292 of IPC it will be covered, but in case of cybercrime, section 67 of IT Act will be covered. But for capturing, publishing the images of the private area without the permission of any person, section 292 or 354 of IPC it will be covered, but section 66E of IT Act it will be covered. For publishing, transmitting material containing sexually explicit act, section 292 of IPC it will be covered, but in IT Act section 67A of IT Act it will be covered. Make a false document to deceive someone, section 46, 465, 468 IPC it will cover. What we call in cyber cases is spoofing of email, section 66C, section 66D of IT Act will be covered. Damage to computer system, any device, delete data, tamper, computer source document, etc. section 427 of IPC it will be covered, but in IT Act 4366 of IT Act will be covered. Misappropriation, disclosure of data information, 408 of IPC it will be covered, but in case of IT Act section 72A of IT Act it will be covered. So if we talk about types of cybercrime, so we can divide it into three categories. The first one will be cybercrime against a person, cybercrime, and the other one will be cybercrime against computer system, and the next one is cybercrime against government. When we talk about cybercrime against person, the crime may be debit card fraud, credit card fraud, online fund transfer, then fraud through phishing, spoofing emails, using social media, sending MMS, obscene photos, video, threatening, bullying, stalking, etc. But when you talk about cybercrime against computer system, the crime may be hacking, virus, malware attack, data theft, damage of data or computer system. And cybercrime against government, cyber terrorism, hacking may occur, virus, denial of services, attacks on important government websites, etc. So these are the type of cybercrime. So why cybercrime increasing? Cybercrime is increasing worldwide, and it costs around estimated 6,000, more than 6,600 billion dollar. So cyber criminals use a number of attack vectors to carry out their cyber attacks and are constantly seeking new methods and techniques. Some of them are DDoS, we have ransomware, cyber spionage. So, to conduct an initial investigation, normal investigative methods are still important, like asking who, what, when, where, why, and how question is still important. The investigator should also still ask the following questions, like who are the potential suspects, what crimes are committed, when were the crimes committed, were these crimes limited to US or Indian jurisdiction, what evidence is there to collect, where might the physical and digital evidence be located. So through these questions, one can enumerate facts, one can find or infer some clues also. What types of physical and digital evidence were involved? FIR drafting in cybercrime, very important thing. An FIR having much information about victim, accused, witnesses, documentary evidences, and the entire elaboration about the incident in a chronological order is helpful for investigating officer to understand and investigate the case, as well as important for evidence value also. Facts included in the FIR are treated as primary evidence, so police officers are needed to help the victims in drafting a perfect FIR. FIR about the incident should be descriptive, so that several important aspects will be covered in FIR also. Incident should written in chronological order. Correct details should be mentioned. So these are the points that should be kept in mind while drafting FIR. Scope of investigation in cybercrime. Investigation about mobile phone, SIM card, memory sticks, CDR analysis, internet across, access from mobile phones, etc. Investigation about received sent emails, mail address, IP addresses. Investigation about computer, laptop, hard disk and other storage media, seizure of computers, other electronic media, sending seized computers, other electronic devices to forensic experts. So these are the points one should cater for. Investigation about website, investigation about internet-based banking or e-commerce transactions, ATM transactions, including use of cloned, hacked cards, etc. Recovery of present or deleted data from computer hard disk. So digital evidence at the scene of crime, digital evidence is volatile and fragile, and the improper handling of this evidence can alter it, can change its nature. Because of its volatility and fragility, protocols needs to be followed to ensure that data is not modified during its handling. During its access, collection, packaging, transfer and storage. These protocols delineate the steps to be followed when handling digital evidence. Before you enter a suspected area, you need to be wary of the traps. The same holds true when you come across a computer that belongs to a suspected hacker, a pedophile suspected of storing or sharing child pornography, or the other suspects. So these are the things one should keep in mind. Do not disturb the physical situation of hard wires. So these are the points that one should cater for. Before making a move, you need to take a snapshot of the suspect's computer to freeze it in a time, which is very important. And all the points one should kept in mind and follow as it is written over here. Once you have done a memory capture, the next step is to attempt to capture an image of the OS and images of the disk drives. Before powering down the system it should be done properly. In case of mobile phone found at the scene of a crime, again two situations may occur. Either the mobile phone is powered on or it is off. When it's better to seize the mobile phone during the on situation. You will find it will be easier for forensic expert to investigator also to gain much of the information. If it is off, do not turn it on, otherwise its timestamp will be changed. Ask for credentials from the suspect. Pack the device properly in insulated bag, otherwise remotely data can be destroyed or lost. Transport the device to forensic lab for extraction of data. If the device is on, we have to proceed very cautiously. So this is the flow chart depicting the steps to be followed while seizing an electronic evidence. One should follow these steps, and these are the very important steps one should follow. So common electronic devices that generate digital evidences are like video camera, cell phone, computer, laptop, mobile device, game consoles, file storage, hard disk, thumb drive, optical drive, wearables. So evidence is evidence regardless of whether the evidence is physical evidence, trace evidence, biological matter, or electronic evidence residing on a specialized device. All evidence must be treated the same. Integrity must be protected at all times, whether it is electronic or physical or biological. Evidence in digital form, data recovered from digital devices, data relating to digital devices should be followed. So these are the points and steps, methodologies which we discussed, and it should be followed meticulously. Thank you very much.